Gave me a lot of candy. Almost 6 o'clock.
Got a couple minutes.
Want to do it? I'd like to call this meeting to order. If everyone would stand for the opening prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Vince, if you would say the opening prayer.
Good and gracious God, we thank you for this gathering tonight. We thank you. We ask you to lead and guide our decision making. Please keep our administrative staff, our public works department, our police, our fire, our EMS safe and attentive to their duties to accomplish all that we are supposed to do. We thank you for your grace and protection. We can do nothing without your guidance. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Has everyone who wants to speak signed up? Thank you. The people that have signed up, is anybody here to talk about something other than the Chenoweth Run annexation? If you are, raise your hand. Okay, ma'am, I'm going to take you first because we have a lot of people here with the Chenoweth Run. So if you want to come on up, what is your name? Okay, when you get up there, you can say that into the microphone so they can hear you. You might want to pull it down.
Fonda Carey.
Fonda
Hi,
Carey.
I am the daughter of Margaret Pound, and my sister decided to have the property divided, which I was against from the very beginning because my mother never wanted that to happen. And so I was co-executrix, but because we could not come to an agreement on the property and the division of it, and her being for that and me against, I no longer am an executrix because I felt like I wasn't being listened to. So I'm just totally against it. It's not what Mother wanted. And
Now, what property is this? I didn't hear what you said.
Waterston Trail, 10107 Waterston Trail.
Okay.
The R4 to the R5.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what you were talking about.
Yeah, it's right down the road here.
Okay, okay.
So it goes from Waterston Trail to the street behind us. And that always has been one lot. And if they divide it, I'm interested in buying it, but altogether. And if they divide it, I wouldn't have any way to get out on the street very safely because we use the back lot to turn around and to go out front facing.
Right.
So it would be very difficult. And I also I have a dog, and I need to fence in part of the yard, and I can't do it in that little part that's left and give the dog enough room to run around. And I also have very sentimental reasons for keeping that because that's the way my mother wanted it, my father wanted it, and that's...
Well, the Pounds have been around for a long time.
Pounds have
Charlie
been-
Pound, was he kin to you?
My dad was John.
Okay,
He
okay.
was an auctioneer, real estate broker, and a minister here in town, worked at the post office. So, and my mother was Margaret. So,
Okay, okay.
but that's all I have to
Do
say.
you live in the house now?
I do not live in the house now. I have attempted to buy it a couple of times, and my written offer has been turned down. I had an assessment of the property, an appraisal done, and also an assessment of the work that needed to be done. And based on that, my offer, they thought it was too low. but I was basing it on the appraisal cost and all the work that has to be done in the basement and in the house itself. It's over 100 years old, so it has problems. It's like me, it's falling apart. Okay.
Do you have an exact address on that?
10-10107 Watterson
This is the
Trail.
last meeting.
10107
This
Watterson.
is the last meeting we had.
Yes.
Yes, that it was going from R4 to R5. We're doing the second reading tonight. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And I was
I've
told,
been gone up
I was
here. I've
told
been a
by
death in my family. I'm
by
sorry.
someone here, I mean, when I called that I couldn't speak because I didn't go downtown. I was at out of town at our church camp. And I didn't know that. Nobody had told me those rules. They said it was the law. And I said, who was supposed to tell me the law? But then tonight when I came in and saw the agenda, it said I could speak. And I had sent I forget who I sent it to now, but I did send in my objection of having the property divided.
Okay. Okay. Well, that will be taken in consideration.
Okay,
And
thank
thank
you.
you for coming. Okay. The rest of y'all, Chenoweth Run Road. I'm going to wait until we get to that ordinance and then call you all up. I'm going to go on with everything else.
There's somebody else that was not.
Was there anybody else?
Over
not
here,
with
right
Chenoweth
here.
Run?
Him right here.
Mayor over here.
Over here.
Oh, sorry. Didn't see you back there. Come on up. Okay.
My name's Matt Lettington. I live at 4304 Chenoweth Run Road. Moved in there in 2018. My concern is the increased flood levels that we're currently having that I believe is induced flooding caused by some of the development along Blankenbaker Parkway and the Commerce Park. I'm not sure if MSD is the one in charge of the stormwater retention requirements for these new lots coming up, because we got 4 more car lots now. But when I first moved in, and for probably 6 years, the creek would get up to about 8 foot tall, which is the bottom of my steel I-beams. The last 2 years, it's been going over top of my bridge, which is at 9'3". So those are considered 100-year floods, and I think I've had 3 or 4 of those over the last 2 years. So my question is, when you're looking at the stormwater retention in the development area, Douglas Hills and the Commerce Park that drain into Chenoweth Run, are the standards being revised because of the increased rainfall events we've been having?
You know,
And exactly,
you're right. Our whole weather pattern has changed. We now are in a tornado alley, which we never were before. But Jimmy, can you address that with MSD and what's going on with
Mayor,
them?
I can address some of that.
Yeah, because Fred lives there.
Quite a bit of it, because I've fought that personally myself for 50 years that I've had a bridge down there. Unfortunately, what MSD is doing is when there is required retention, they're saying they will take money in lieu of that on-site retention. They're taking the money and they're spending it somewhere else. They're not spending it here. And that needs to stop. I mean, we need to be involved in some manner to get that stopped. If there's going to be a development, there needs to be on-site retention if they're going to add water. And I'm surprised.
well, I agree with you. I've built a couple of restaurants in my days, and I've always had to put the stormwater retention systems
Yeah,
underneath the parking lot,
right.
which isn't that big of a deal. They're plastic things. You put the gravel down, you do your lot, it retains most of the water, lets it seep in. But if they keep on paving and all, I mean, it's induced flooding. It wasn't like this, until the last 2 years, and it's going to take my bridge out eventually.
I'm surprised you've only had 3 100-year floods in the last 2 years, because I've had about 8. It's gone over my bridge.
Yeah. And the parts of it is that I get blocked out of my property completely at times, or I got to sit up on the road and wait till the water goes down an hour or two before I can get in. But it is induced flooding. They're building this stuff. They're paving over areas that would take the water in. And if they're trading that for money, they're just basically annihilating every single person on Chenoweth Run that has a bridge. Because unless you've got one of the big old steel and concretes, it's eventually going to fail, or worse wash out your abutments and your bridge is going to fail then too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Reading of the minutes, June 16, 2026.
Make a motion for approval of the minutes from June 16, 2026 by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. General fund warrant number 1656.
I make a motion to approve general fund warrant number 1656 as distributed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Road fund warrant number 1042.
Make a motion to approve road fund warrant 1042 as distributed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Second reading of ordinance number 1481, series 2026.
Make a motion, second reading of ordinance number 1481, series 2026 by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. At this time, is that,
Let me go ahead and read it, and then I would like to make a
Okay.
statement if I could. An ordinance relating to a proposal to annex to the city of Jeffersontown, Kentucky, 2 tracts of land, tract 1 approximately easterly and tract 2 approximately westerly, both in the county of Jefferson and both adjoining the present city of Jeffersontown, Kentucky, and being adjacent to and contiguous with tract 1 being adjacent and contiguous generally northern and eastern, and tract 2 being adjacent and contiguous generally southerly and westerly, and both being adjacent and contiguous with the present boundaries of said city at the same point on Chenoweth Run Road and Taylorsville Roads, and more particularly hereinafter described. The reason I wanted to make a statement, Mayor, is because we did invite all of these people here this evening because we're required by statute, KRS 81A 425, to advise the property owners. We only had 2 of the mailings come back, and I will say one of them was to me and my wife because I don't have a mailbox. After 17 were knocked down, I got me a post office box. So I didn't get one of these letters, but I was here anyway. In any event, it's to let you all know that this is going on, and it's not like it's going to be accomplished tonight. Assuming arguendo that the city council would pass this ordinance tonight, it would then be published. It then has to go by ordinance to Metro Council. Metro Council then has 60 days to approve it. If they don't approve it within 60 days, it becomes effective by operation of law. So it's going to be drug out for another, depending on the city council or the Metro Council, they can drag it out 60 days, but they can't turn it down. They must approve it or leave it to become operation by operation of law. So it's going to take a little bit longer than it is right now. And the other reason is that you need to be here if you have questions about what is going on or how this will affect you. We've had meetings. I think we had, how many did we have, Jimmy? 2 or 3 of them before we ever even undertook this. We've had people down here from the Chenoweth Run Road area on several occasions, either once, twice, 3 times. We sent out letters. But basically, at this point, we have 90% of the people on Chenoweth Run Road in favor of this. I don't know who we have here tonight, but from what I understand, it's 90%. And that being said, and I haven't read this, I would suggest that you start taking.
okay, my
Statements
first
from-
letter is Matt Lovington. Was that, yeah, okay. You want to say anything else? Okay, thank you.
Mayor, there's a 3-minute limit.
Okay. Mike Turner.
What you guys had to say about it, but we are on Chenoweth Run Road. We're across the street from the entrance to Saratoga Woods, and we want to know if the common area between our access road and Chenoweth Run Road is going to be affected.
Brian, you want to address that?
I can address it, Mayor.
Okay, go
It
ahead.
won't be. You're on
Right
the,
on
you're
the
on the
road.
service road for Saratoga Woods.
It's right across the street there.
We're on an access road for our, 17 houses that are on Chenoweth Run Road, but not
It has
Roads
a
don't
little,
come out on Chenoweth
a
Run.
little
Roads come out on
street
the
that goes
access road.
down there.
You're
Yeah,
part of
but
Saratoga
Saratoga.
Woods.
There's a service road that you have to your houses
Yes.
that comes off.
It's a service road.
And you all are part of Saratoga Woods,
Yes,
which has its own homeowners association.
yes.
And it will not be affected at all.
The common area or the trees or the fences on either side.
Nothing involved in Saratoga Woods is involved in this annexation ordinance.
Okay. That was pretty clear. Okay. I have also had my property put in the floodplain twice since I've been there. When I bought the house 20 years ago,
It is in a floodplain there, you're right.
it was not in the floodplain.
Well, it is
Not
now, I
20
think.
years ago.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 15 years ago, they put me this much in the floodplain.
Okay.
10 years ago, they redid the sewer system and they put me this much in the floodplain. I also would like to know, where does the floodplain stop?
That's the Corps of Engineers, and
Yeah.
I feel your pain. I got a 3.5 acre field in front of my house, and the chief had some of his majors out there driving by, and they said, "What does Fred do with that?" He said, "He cuts it. That's all I can do is cut it. I can't do anything down there."
Here's what I was told.
Every year, the Corps of Engineers is taking a little bit more of that frontage property.
This is what I was told when they had the meeting. I believe it was over at Jeffersonian, when before they did the sewer systems. They had the meeting over here to tell us about it, and I asked one of the people that was taking questions at the table, what's causing myself to be put into a floodplain, and she specifically said development upstream. That's what she said. Now, you're right.
And they're taking
This
fees.
is what I'm hearing tonight.
They're taking fees in lieu of requiring detention. And that's something
This was 10 years ago.
that's MSD, but the Corps of Engineers is taking that property effectively without any compensation. They just come in and say, well, at this point, when I moved there, the floodplain was just on the banks of the creek, and now it's all the way up to where it goes up to the road.
Yeah.
So they take more every year. They're effectively using the properties along Chenoweth Run Road as part of their detention.
Well, I'm not happy to hear that,
I wouldn't either.
and I don't think anybody else is. Final question: when is this due to start? This annexation of the
It's got to go through the process.
Like I was just saying on the process, assuming the city council would pass this is a proposal ordinance. We then need to pass another ordinance to pass it down to Metro Louisville. And again, I don't know why the legislature did it. They just did it. But it has to go down there where they look at it and they can either approve it, they could approve it the next day, or they could hold it for 60 days, and after which it would become back to us, and we would pass an annexation ordinance at that time. So we're talking about, we can project 60 days as a maximum, and then another probably 2 weeks after that 60 days. It could be quicker than that.
Okay, all right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Fred, just to confirm, none of Saratoga Woods would be part of this, right?
No, none.
So any residents in Saratoga Woods are not impacted.
They're not impacted at all.
Kim Hunter. Hi, Kim.
So just to speak to what you just said, my lot is in Saratoga Woods. My lot is part of the map that's on this. It's 4710 Chenoweth Run Road. That is part of Saratoga Woods. So Saratoga Woods is being affected because that's my lot and that's part of the HOA. I'm at 4706 Chenoweth Run Road. And the lot just to the left of me, if you're facing my home, is drawn up in this map to be annexed. So that's my first question. Why is my lot drawn up in the map? Because I'm part of Saratoga Woods.
Steve, where'd
And-
Steve go?
and
Let me
that-
get him back.
that-
He's got the map.
Yeah, it's on the map, which I never received. I haven't received anything in the mail about any of it, but my neighbor brought it down to me. But I don't know if I'm not on the mailing list for it.
Is your driveway on Chenoweth Run Road? drive into your home?
To my personal home, yes. My personal home is 4706 Chenoweth Run Road. It's that last house of those 17 homes he was talking about. The lot next to me, which is also part of Saratoga Woods HOA, is a vacant lot. But it is in the map to be annexed, but it is part of Saratoga Woods. I bought the lot just to keep it. So that's my question as to why that's in the lot, in the
Here
map,
comes
rather.
Steve right now. He can answer that. He drew up the.
And then, yeah, I had another question just as far as why it's being done, because I haven't received any information on it, and I didn't know if there were plans to maybe widen the road, or is it strictly tax purposes? I don't,
That is a county road. That is not our road. The only thing that you will get out of this is police protection, and you will pay your taxes, but we're going to pick up your garbage, which is probably equal to the same thing. We want to control what happens within our city boundaries, and that's the truth. So we don't want you all to
can
be-
you define that when you
Steve,
say, when you
Can
say,
you come up here and address this, please?
when you say you want to control what's happening in the city boundaries?
Show him
So-
where your lot is. Was that separated?
It's one of those.
Yeah, I'm at 4710. That's my lot.
I don't have
And that's part of Saratoga Woods. So
She's
that's
in
the
that
very
section across the street where
beginning.
that guy was from.
this one.
I mean,
But her
The last,
is right there.
last house.
the
On that
last
front
house
house.
is right here.
Let's
Then you
skip
have
this
the
section
creek
too.
and then you have my lot. The pump
Actually,
station
yeah.
used to be there
Okay,
years ago. So that's 4710 Chenoweth Run Road.
okay.
That's part of Saratoga Woods.
Is it an open space lot?
There's nothing built on it.
If it's a recorded open space lot, then this annexation has no effect on it because open space lots aren't taxed. So it's not gonna cost the HOA, any additional money.
But if I ever go to build on it, I would have to go through
Is
J-Town
that
to get.
yours or is it?
It's mine. Yeah, you've got my name right here. You know, like I said, I just found
Okay.
about all of this a few days ago. But yes, you've got my name on here, on the list as part right here. This is me,
Okay.
but it is Saratoga Woods. And that's part of the HOA of Saratoga Woods.
We could always remove it, from the annexation, or it would just mean that you'd be able to get your building permits through the city of Jeffersontown and not have to go downtown for a building permit for that.
Can she stay in it if she wants to?
Yes.
See,
It would behoove you to.
This lot,
I'm trying to understand the
Yeah,
difference.
it
I mean,
would be to
at
your
first I
advantage.
thought maybe it would behoove me to, but then from what I'm understanding, I'm
this
not
lot
sure.
would, if it's an existing lot and it's a buildable lot, not a recorded open space, you can build on it, your permits would come through Jeffersontown, and that lot would be serviced by Rumpke or trash pickup.
Well, I mean, there's no trash because there's no,
Well, I mean,
mean-
if you build on it.
yeah, it's okay. But when you say it would behoove me, could you explain why, just briefly? Because I'm not sure. I mean, so I would not pay taxes on the empty lot, but how else, as far as permits in the future, is it easier to get through J-Town?
Permits, police. Number one, our police go up and down that road all the time. We can't stop there. If you need a police officer, we've got one 2 minutes from you, and we can't come to anybody on your road because it's not in Jeffersontown. Okay.
And I
ahead.
misspoke on the taxes. I was thinking it was an open space lot, so she would pay the Jefferson
No taxes.
tax on that, property tax.
I've got a question for them. This is for you, Steve. So, and I just want to make sure I'm clear on this. So, if we annex them, county tax bills come out in January, but they're not due. They'll come out in October, November. So then, when would Chenoweth Run Road be taxed? Not till next year. They wouldn't have it this year, would they?
No, it wouldn't clear the state Secretary of State.
I just didn't want them to have the tax bill come out in November of this year. That's
No,
not
that
fair.
will
No,
not
it'll be
happen.
next
year.
January 1st is the effective date.
Okay.
If everything is approved by January 1st, then PVA.
It will be the following year.
come on.
Okay, so they have a whole year.
Exactly.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Hey, Kim, just to kind of reset a little bit, you're at 4706. That's where you live today,
Correct, that's
right?
where my home is, but I know, go ahead.
And that's not part of the annexation, but 4710 is, and that's a property you own.
Correct,
And that is also part of Saratoga Woods.
correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So think that's the question. Do we
Pardon?
pull it out because it's part of Saratoga
You
Woods?
take it out. You want to take it out?
Well, that's what I'm trying to understand.
Trying to say the pros and cons.
I'm trying to weigh it out. What are my benefits of having it as part of it? I mean, you said it would behoove me. I'm curious how.
The first one is police. We have Chief, correct me if I'm wrong, we have a 4 to 6 minute response time generally across the city. And I can tell you, Metro's is about 2 to 5, 6 hours response time.
But I'm saying if I call the police at my home at 4706 and I'm saying, are they going to come to 4706? I can't call them from an empty lot. So do I have police protection because that empty
That
lot
lot
is?
does.
Yeah, the
If
lot
that's
does,
where
but
the
you
trouble's
don't.
coming from.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't generally just hang out over there,
yeah.
you know. I mean,
That's where all the bad guys are going to be.
you know. Okay.
And what I would like to point out is, to Fred's point, we pride ourselves on our public service. If you call the police department, we're going to have officers respond in probably 5 to 10 minutes. Metro is understaffed. Nothing against Metro. They just don't have the manpower. The other thing we do that most people don't know is we do what we call a home watch. If you go on vacation, you sign up to the police department. We'll check on your property 3 times a day and make sure the doors are locked, nobody's trying to break in, and that sort of thing. So, you do get additional police protection if you're in us. If your house is not in Jeffersontown, we can't respond. It's just not part of our city. So maybe your point is wise. Go next door and call us. We'll be happy to show up. So yeah, but that's the issue. We go up and down Chenoweth Run Road every day. We don't patrol that because it's not part of Jefferson. If the annexation goes through, then we would be patrolling that and doing those extra things that the police department can offer to you by being in the city of Jefferson.
For that particular lot.
Yes.
Okay. But not for my home at 4706. I can't call you from there.
If you're not in J-Town,
Because I'm I'm literally 1 step
Yeah,
over.
we need-
we have the same thing right there on Taylorsville Road across from.
I would call in and give a lots of
You
address.
know, we own everything on Veterans Park, but we don't go across the street because it's not in the city of Jefferson.
Okay. But you would drive by that lot for me
Now,
if I
if you
ever.
call and say there's somebody breaking into my house, Mayor, don't listen to this.
Okay. That's okay.
We're gonna respond, okay? We're gonna be there to help you. But legally, we're not supposed to do that because you're not in the city of Jefferson.
Okay.
Does that make sense? You are in the 7th Division of Louisville Metro Police. And typically, and my son's an officer in the 7th Division, they have runs backed up all the time. So we have more officers to patrol. Including calls for service, we can patrol that area much more effectively, in my opinion. This is my opinion. And our response time will be much shorter.
Oh, I understand. I love the J-Town Police Department. So that's part of why I'm trying to weigh this out, you know.
It's very good question.
So I'm not sure what I should do at this point, but
It is kind of confusing. I don't have a map in front of me to see what is going on either, because I can't. I don't know.
It sounds like to me, the lot next door, the empty lot, is so far a part of the annexation, but your house is not. So the benefits of living in Jeffersontown goes to your empty lot, not you.
right.
That's what it sounds like.
Let me ask you something. It looks like to me it would make more sense if you all are familiar with Chenoweth Run Road, and I've sold many houses on the street that you live on that little side street.
Uh-huh.
It don't even look like it's a part of Saratoga. It's totally 2 different entities. You got Saratoga across the street, then you got this little lot, all this little private street.
Right.
Why can't we just take that little street out and take that in with it? That's what I would propose if it was me. Can we not do that?
We'd have to start over, Mayor.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Please.
It's taking too long to get to where we
And one
are.
of the concerns with taking those in would be the people that are on, like you, you would be paying both an HOA fee and the, 10 cents a hundred? What's the tax rate?
Property tax.
J-Town?
Yeah.
Oh, J-Town's 10 cents a
10
hundred.
cents a
Yeah,
hundred. It's
your taxes are very cheap here.
less than the garbage pickup.
Yeah, the taxes wouldn't be much on that empty lot, but And then I also thought if it's annexed in J-Town, could I get it out of Saratoga Woods so that I could maybe build something on it without the HOA approval, but I know I still would need to get J-Town permits. Is it more difficult to get permits in J-Town than it is through the city of Louisville?
It's a whole lot easier.
Easier.
To come here. Way easier. Yeah, than to go downtown.
Okay. And I don't know if I can get it out once it's annexed, get it out of the HOA.
Yeah,
so
it
that
would still be part of the HOA.
It's still going to be part of it.
Yeah.
That's what I looked it up and it said basically you can't, it's still part of it even though.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we have that same example on St. Rene. At the very end of St. Rene, they belong to Springview, but they're not, they're in J-Town, but yet they're in Springview. Same thing happened there many years ago.
So as this being divided as two separate addresses, but one owner, we can't consider that one residence and consider it all a J-Town, but then you would be up against, you'd still be in the HOA of the other Saratoga, but you would get the benefits of Jeffersontown. But it sounds like you're just,
I mean, I
Weighing
wouldn't
on-
mind doing that,
I mean,
honestly.
you gave two different addresses, but I'm wondering if it's one owner, why it's not considered one piece of property unless you have it divided and are
It is
trying to
divided.
sell with a different address number. So I don't know the legal of that, but
Well,
Make an appointment with our attorney.
Yeah, go ahead, Sue.
I've checked the zoning maps, floodplain maps. That lot is almost entirely in the floodplain. It would be very difficult to build on. My suggestion is that we
remove it.
Your suggestion is to what?
is to remove it from the annexation.
Okay.
So she's not paying J-Town tax on that lot.
On a lot that's,
Probably not buildable.
it is buildable if you bring in, if you lift it up, it's buildable.
Yeah,
But
there's a lot of
I know
expenses
what you're
going
saying.
through the Corps of Engineers and everything.
Right.
So
Right.
it's an oversight that we probably should have left it out.
right. It's beautiful lots.
Yeah.
They're beautiful,
Enjoy
beautiful
these.
lots. And the creek that goes back there, it's very nice.
Steve, would you mind pulling up that map so they can see it up here on the dais?
Okay. Kim, we don't know what to tell you, honey.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to figure out what I should do because I mean,
With that
They
information,
should take you out of
I was going to say, with that information, do you feel comfortable with it being removed?
I mean, probably there's not a lot of
You would just be paying tax and you
Yeah.
couldn't reap the benefits right away.
right.
Yeah. Her physical residence is not. It's the area next door with 4710.
Okay.
Yeah, and the south piece is, you can see where it sticks out. You can just cut that out.
But if I could find out if my home could be included before we decide how to do this, can I find that out first? Is there a way for me to find that out first?
I was going to say, Fred, do we have to start over if we're going
We'd
to
have
add
start over
properties?
to add. We can take it out, but we can't add.
Can't add? Okay.
But she could always come back.
Well, you could come back and
After we do this,
With
you
the
can come back and we
understanding-
can add
with the-
you. Be easier to add you.
you might want to talk to your neighbors with the understanding that you'd still be paying the HOA for whatever they give you.
Somewhere else.
You would be paying the Jeffersontown tax also.
Right. Right.
Does the HOA pay for the garbage that you have picked up?
We pay extra for that. No, not really. But that's worked into the HOA fees. So basically, we pay for garbage pickup. So,
That's something you may talk to your neighbors about because you would have garbage pickup if you were in the city.
oh, you mean as far as adding more of that street?
I'm sorry.
You're saying talk to the neighbors as far as adding more of that?
Yeah,
Or-
if you wanted to be added, you're the very end when I see on this map. You're the very end one, and you've got, 12 or 13 neighbors up through there.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be easier if you had some of them that wanted to come in also.
Well, they're here. I'm not sure some of them would want to be in there.
But if you wanted to come in at a later date, we could do that.
But, okay. Just come in and, okay.
He's here.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kevin Bean. Kevin.
Kevin Beam, Chenoweth Run Road. I live on the same stretch of houses that Mike and Kim live on. We're part of that Saratoga. I guess my question is just for education purposes, why the annex, what's it trying to do for the benefit of J-Town? Just more education for me, please. Thanks.
You want me to say? I'll tell you what's attracted me. I want to be in control of what's being built in our city. And if I can say this in a nice way, I'm a realtor before I was ever mayor. And I can't tell you how many calls that I have received from Saratoga want me to put their house up for sale because of the fact of the crime out there. And I want to control what goes on. I don't want any more crime. I'm trying to control some crime here, folks. You know, and I can only say what I can say, but that's a fact. You know, since different places have been built around here, our increase in crime has gone way up. You can ask the chief. And I think some of you that live in Saratoga may have already experienced it. The carjackings, the home invasions, everything else. And done. I'm sick of it. So that's my main thing. Plus we need to do it because we want to maintain our ground. We want it to stay like you have it now. You know, I don't want to see all that being built on. Anything you want to add to that?
No, ma'am.
That's good.
Okay.
Okay. Mark Perry and Michelle Perry. And Michael Perry.
Hi, I'm Mark Perry, and we live at 4701 Chenoweth Run, and we're opposed to the annexation. You claim that we're going to get garbage, but my garbage is cheaper than that tax rate y'all just gave me of $482 a year. My garbage is cheaper than that. So why would I want to take your garbage and pay more money for a lesser product?
What's your garbage run a year?
380, 352.
And what is
your tax assessment is 482. So I gotta pay you another $100 for your garbage.
Oh, you get police.
and it's a tax write-off, plus you're getting the police protection.
No, I get police protection from that.
Look how long it takes to respond.
Well, I never had to call them.
But when you do, you're going to wish you were in
I've
jail.
got that experience, Mayor. I can address that experience. In 50 years, I've called them twice. The first time I called them and said there's a woman and two men in my backfield with a gun saying they're looking for a dog to shoot.
Well, we've had people come to our.
Wait a minute, I called the police.
We asked them to leave and they left. There's been no problem.
I called the
We've lived
police
there
and
10 years.
I called the
We didn't have a
police
problem.
and 6 hours later, I called them back and said, "Where's the policeman?" Oh, they drove by and didn't see any lights. They figured it was okay. They never showed up. The second time I messed up my alarm when I was setting it. And 4 hours after I messed the alarm up, they called the alarm company and an officer showed up. So my experience with Metro is pretty bad. Where are you?
Everybody's like that. We hadn't had no problems out there. Nobody comes bothers us.
That's past me. Yeah.
You haven't yet.
No,
development
but
goes
that
on.
doesn't mean there's still going to be some. It don't mean that. It doesn't mean all of a sudden I'm going to have a bunch of people come out to my house and try to take over our house.
Do you just get garbage pickup?
Yeah, my garbage pickup is $100.
Do you have
cheaper than that
recycle?
tax
Do
pickup.
you have yard waste pickup?
We handle our recycle.
You have, but
Yeah, we handle all recycle.
okay. Or do you have to take it off
So I
somewhere?
don't,
Correct.
so I just take our recycle to a dumpster
What about yard
out there on,
waste? What do you do with your yard waste?
out to some place by concrete. So, yeah, other garbage, our garbage is cheaper than what you're going to charge me for tax.
Well, we get
I don't
garbage
need
pickup,
police.
recycle, and
And
yard
police.
waste.
We don't need yard waste.
We need all that stuff.
So you're saying basically the police aren't worth $100?
Yeah, it's a higher. We got Rumpke.
No.
I said you're.
No, the police
you're-
is not worth $100.
No,
Police is not worth $100.
I got
Okay,
that.
mark that down, Mr.
I
Chief.
got y'all's fire department. I got everything. So I don't. You don't need to tell me I need to have your police. I already
Okay.
got police.
All right.
I already got police protection. So that's all I need. I don't need to pay another tax. I've been taxed to death. I don't need to pay another tax. Done with paying taxes.
All right.
Every
Thank
time
you.
I turn around, you're gonna, in the 2 years, you're gonna raise my taxes on that, on the property tax. Like it did last year.
Our
the
taxes
city.
have been lowered every year that I have been here.
Yeah, but still, I'm still not getting none of these benefits that y'all have on it. We don't use any of that stuff. If I want to go to a park, I'll go to Veterinary, I'll go to Veterans. Parks are free. It's not a benefit. It's something that we can go use anytime we want to. I can go to any park in Jefferson County or any park in the state. It makes no difference.
Our Veterans Park is funded by our city, and those taxes, our taxes pay for that park.
Well, that's good. So
That you're
I go
using.
if I go to Parklands, I go to Veterinary. So what are you trying to tell me? I've got to pay for that all that? I pay.
No, I'm
for
not
all
saying that. You said it was free, and it's not free. There's a cost associated.
Part. We're not talking about your part.
You don't pay to go into your park, do you?
No, you do not. But
You don't have to pay a
what
fee
funds
to
a
go
park
into
is
your park, do you?
a tax rate. The taxes pay for services.
So say if somebody didn't pay that, they wouldn't be allowed in that park?
No, you could still go.
Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm
But
saying
that sounds like what you're saying.
no. Parks don't run for free. They take people, and you pay people, and you have to get the money from taxes to pay for services.
Well, I can go right now. I can go to the veterinary park right now.
Mhm.
Right now, there's nothing stopping. So
That's right.
Right.
how's that? If you guys take over, how's that a benefit? Extra benefit to me? I already can go to that park.
I'm not saying it is. I'm not trying to convince you one way or the other.
You're saying it right here.
And right here on these
Says
city
it's
benefits
city
and
benefits and
services.
services. This is the benefits that we're going to get. I already have that benefit.
Mhm.
So what am I
Ryan, did
getting?
he
out of
sign
it?
the paper?
I'm not getting anything. All I'm getting is a $482 tax bill.
Sir, you've reached your 3-minute limit.
Thank you very much.
How convenient.
Fonda Carey. Okay, thank you. David Reed.
My name is David Reed. I'm in the Chenoweth Run Road section. I'll start by thanking Mr. Fisher for taking part of his Sunday to answer all the questions I had, misunderstandings I had. I had a whole list of questions here, pages. I understand there's a 3-minute limit, and my questions were largely rhetorical anyway. The reason I had 3 pages of questions is because I only found out about this a week ago Friday. I will go ahead and ask a couple questions. Just a lot of my thunder has already been stolen by others here, but my first one is I'm basically looking for some confidence. I don't know you people from Adam. I'm looking for some confidence here because I'm like many of these people here. We have flood issues, and I know you guys are appreciative of them. Mr. Fisher, I know he lives right in the middle of it. He understands it, but if you don't live in those who live in houses that are across the creek, up high, it's a nuisance, right? It washes out their bridge. For those of us who are next to the creek, it's not funny. There's nothing about it that's funny. I appreciate Mr. Fisher's comment that we have 100-year floods every 3 years. We laugh about that too in certain
What else
contexts.
can you do?
But it is not funny. And it is encroaching. I've been there 25 years. Every flood is worse. The one we had 2 or 3 weeks ago was the worst I've ever seen, for sure. And I mean the encroachment, of course you have to be conscious of both, the linear encroachment and the horizontal or the vertical encroachment. But it's getting bad. And from everybody's perspective here, again, we're not kids. We understand which side of the bread is buttered. And it's not collecting taxes from people downstream on Chenoweth Run Road. It's somewhere else. And this gentleman goes clearly to it. Really, Kim stood up here for a minute. For how many, 10 minutes? Come on. Well, let me just ask a couple questions and I'll get out of here. There's a representation many times that you have 50%, you've passed your 51% and 75% tests. Can I ask a simple question? As late as this morning, J-Town staff were out aggressively seeking signatures. Last Thursday, they were also out aggressively seeking signatures. As part of that effort, they presented a 2-page statement of benefits to the prospective signee. I never received that 2-page statement. I never received any personal outreach. As I indicated to you a few minutes ago, I didn't even know about this thing until a week ago Friday. And this just is not right. I have this list of questions, and I don't need to be asking them here tonight to you. I needed to be asking them months ago when this thing first arose, so I have to have time to really consider them. And so I'm looking for some confidence. Number one, I'm looking for some confidence that you really do have 51% and 75%, because when I see people out there still trying to collect signatures, it's not comforting. When I only find out about this a week ago, it's not comforting. Give me just 30 seconds and I'll explain this a little more. I have addressed this with two people on your staff, including Mr. Fisher, and the response that I get back is, well, we're following the law. It's the statute. We're doing what we're required to do. So with respect to the June 2nd reading, I was initially told that we were sent letters for that. I was informed by Mr. Fisher that, in fact, no letters were sent out alerting us to that June 2nd reading because they weren't required. I was pretty irritated with the first person that I spoke to that the June 16 letter didn't come certified, because if you don't send it out certified, I mean, do you really have any confidence that it actually got delivered? But nevertheless, I did get it, but it wasn't sent certified. So all that I'm hearing is, we did it by statute. What I'm hearing is we did the bare minimum. We got at least 51%.
As I told you,
just
son,
one second.
let me
just finish.
Okay.
We got our 75%. We didn't send the letter out for the June 2nd reading because we weren't required to. We didn't send the June 16 letter out because we weren't, by certified mail, because we weren't required to. Everything I'm hearing is we did the bare minimum. Now back to my point about the flooding. This is, as I say, just really an alarming issue for us in this area. And it would sure be nice to get a vibe that you're ready to do more than the bare minimum. And I understand you guys are going to bristle at hearing that statement. But please understand, we don't know you from Adam. We're not part of J-Town yet. We may be, and you never get a second chance to make a first impression. And the impression being made, to me at least, is not a good one. And so my question, I guess, would be, what assurances will you give us? Can you give us that next time you get that big fish that you're going to land up in the industrial park and somebody wants to pave a lot or put a rooftop up there, are you going to give us full consideration? I mean, we understand the business end of it, but are you going to give us the full consideration that people downstream who are going to be receiving all that runoff, that we're going to be protected? Thank you.
Thank you. I have no more names. Put it on here. Anybody else? Y'all wonder what I'm doing up here? I'm being invaded by ants. Sorry. So there's some candy up here. I don't know how it came up here. Ants everywhere. Crazy. Well, we've had the.
Yeah, I just wanted to answer, Mr. Reed. I did tell you that I'd have a copy of 81A425 for you. I do have a copy of it for you. The law is very specific in how we're supposed to do this. It's not a bare minimum. It's a requirement that we do it. I guess we could, but it is required that we do these things this way. And a problem with certified mail is certified mail doesn't get delivered at all if you're not there to sign for it. The statute says specifically that no later than 14 days prior to the meeting at which the ordinance proposing the annexation shall receive its second reading, the notices shall be sent by first-class mail, period.
That's fine. I appreciate the position you're taking. I'm just, again, looking for a sign of appreciation for us.
Sir, you know what? I've been around here for a long, long time, and you don't know me, but I'm a very honest person, and I've been a realtor for 50 years. For your all's own good, you've got to listen to me. If you don't want things to develop that are developing, you gotta come with us. That's all I can say. I have to be careful what I say, but I'm just telling you, go to Saratoga Woods and knock on their door and ask them how many of them would want to come in J-Town.
Mayor, I appreciate it. That is exactly my point. I have talked. I have looked through your website. I've read all your financial statements. I've read your financial statements. I've got lots and lots of questions. They aren't questions answered in days.
You know,
Let me find the statement. Again, I really think suggest the next time you'll be an answer. Send them out to advance work. Very good at explaining things. And probably quell a lot of the misinformation of the things that happen. I want to go back to something that was stated earlier that indicated that letters did go out for the previous meeting, but there in fact were more than one meeting prior to today. So let me explain that to you. Did a letter go out for that meeting that I didn't get?
right.
And that's fine. It's not required. It's not accusatory. It's just.
I don't know. Brian and Steve. Brian, did the letter go out?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you address it, please?
After the August meeting, letters went out. I notified the residents along both sides of Channel Run Road that the meeting that we would have an open meeting or a public meeting regarding that discussion. And much like tonight, actually the room was fuller, and they came to hear that, and that's how this all got started. Well, when I say it got started that way,
How
it
it
was
got
petitioned.
started was there was a group of people from
They
Chilmouth Run
petitioned us
Road
first.
that came to us and said, please help us and please annex us. That's how it got started.
That's it.
Months ago.
But that's when the initial mailing went out, and the room was full then.
Brian,
So
you've been
the
working
mailing
on
did go out then.
you've been working on this for a real long time. I
Yes,
know
sir.
you've done a lot of effort in it. Could you just recap the efforts you've done on doing this, the canvassing and communications you've done on it?
Brian, between you, chief still here? Not police chief, fire chief. Is he still here?
There were
There
four.
he is back
Yeah,
there.
there were four individuals.
Between you, the fire chief, and Barry Albert,
And Sandra.
did you also call on everybody that had any of the people that lived in that area?
Not only were phone calls were made to people we had phone numbers from, but visitations were made. If somebody's not home, we can't get anybody then. But typically, I'll leave a card to let them know to call me. But so when it first started was at the south or at the north end. That was almost all done when the next election came through, so we had to start over. That's why it dragged on, or it continued over, because the people on the south end said, well, we'd like to be part of the process. And that's when they petitioned the mayor and brought a bunch of names in, and that's when the letter went out, and actually went out, I think, in late July for the August meeting.
Mr. Reed, Brian's office is the first door on the left as you exit here. Before you leave, show him all the petitions that you have.
I will.
And we have 75%.
It's well in excess.
It's not what we talked to me after some of our earlier conversations.
I don't mind talking to him.
I'm not. What would I do? And I'm looking for some vibe that primarily longer term, principally about
The flooding issue is nothing that the city can take care of, nor Metro Louisville. The Corps of Engineers covers Chenoweth Run Creek, which is a blue line stream. We can't get near it. Go ahead, Jimmy. He's the Public Works Director.
I don't want to dominate the conversation, but I think what we should have, people of us who want to talk about this on a factual basis, we should discuss exactly who does have responsibility, how this all does take place. Because I think most of us think that we'll have at least some participation, right, in doing permitting up there, no?
That's what I'd like to address, if you give me. I'm Jimmy Franconia. I'm the Public Works Director. And with your question, everybody's sitting here with the flooding, and this gentleman over here that talked about it. And as Fred's mentioned, MSD takes regional fees as new development. Let's say it's outside of the count or outside of our jurisdiction. But what we are doing here in Jeffersontown, and it's not favorable, take our industrial park. It's our business. It's a Golden Goose. Not a lot of vacant land, but say if they do develop, it's absolutely mandated that I put detention in. I require detention. They come back upset because they don't want to pay the big money because the acreage is so high to give up this valuable land to put in detention. We require that. If you're an existing business and you're adding on, same goes. We require that detention area because all we're doing is flooding our neighbors out. The same problem that y'all are experiencing, and every rain we get, it's like every rain we get's a 100-year flood. The Blue Line stream Fred was telling you about is the same Blue Line stream that blew out Plantside Drive last year. That was a $950,000 unexpected loss to the J-Town and taxpayers and the business park, the whole 10 yards. So we got the same problems that y'all are experiencing, and we're doing our best to control that, not to add to that. And y'all all know this beautiful amphitheater down here. And there's Donnie sitting back there that can tell you. It has flooded 3 times in the last 2 weeks. And I've never seen, and I grew up just up the street my whole life from there, never seen a puddle of water on that property. And I was scheduled a meeting with MSD this morning, and they canceled on me and pushed it to next week. They're making me spend X amount of dollars, what they call a bioswale. It's going to cost me $20,000 to put this bioswale in, and it's going to end up at your all's house down on Chenoweth Run somewhere. Because every time it floods, it's going to push everything out. We'll have to come do it again, and I don't think that's fair to the city that we're mandated that we have to do this. There's got to be a better fix than that. But I want to reassure everybody sitting here, we do our due diligence to make sure that we have these retention detention areas mandated when you're expanding and growing in J-Town. I'm not on that side of the fence. Brian will have to answer that.
You all have the ability to do advocacy for us with all these other groups, whether it's Metro.
Believe me, this city does advocate for these things, but in Metro, the mayor has a very good relationship with the mayor of Metro. We have generally a good relationship with them. The Corps of Engineers is an entirely different deal. You can't talk to them. You just can't talk to them. They come through and they'll say, this is floodplain now, which means you can't build anything on it, nothing. But they don't give you a dime for it, even though the Constitution says the government can't take 1 inch of your property without just compensation. I don't know how they do it. If I was a 40-year-old lawyer, I'd take that on, but I'm too old for that now. But just as a property owner, it is patently unconstitutional what they do, and they know it, and they just do it. So as far as the creek and what it's doing, we don't have any control. We do have some control with respect, as Jimmy was just saying, with these development plans that are coming out, where they're trying to take these fees in lieu of putting in detention. Jimmy, you're requiring them. So there, any new one that comes in, they're not going to get money for it. They're either going to put the detention in, or they're not going to get their development plan approved. I mean, that's the kind of advocacy that we're doing, which is about all we can do with a blue line stream. Chief?
Go ahead, Chief. Speaking that microphone, will you? Don't work, but
So I'm usually here. So I am not part of Jefferson Town as far as the fire department goes, right? But we still protect everybody in this room, in J-Town, and all the way out to the county line. All right. So, but if this goes through, I'm going to be part of it. My house is right next to Saratoga Woods, and I would also be a J-Town resident. $100 for trash. We're talking about, right? And we all have our concerns. But your voice is going to be a whole lot better with these people in this room, because a lot of people in here are being affected, right? What that money, that extra $100 that you're going for, we're not just talking about trash. Numbers are everything, all right? Police protection. I live right there, and I can tell you right now, I'm a fireman, but I'm there when stuff goes down. And if you have to wait an hour or two when somebody's laying there dying, or somebody's broke into your house, it means a lot. And that's the problem that's always been with the fire department. Who here's had a house fire? Look at that. One. Okay? But when your house is on fire and you call 911, we're pretty important, right? Right? That's the thing. So we're talking $100 for trash. Some of us have businesses. Things are going to go up. But your voice is going to be heard because you got to vote. All right? And these people are going to represent you. And you get to vote for people to represent you. So the concerns that you're talking about right now, you're going to be able to do that here, and then we'll be J-Town, right? Because you're right outside of it. And the things that are going on in the industrial park, those are concerns that can be heard, right? Not after the fact. Notification's hard, especially nowadays. It used to be a newspaper, this, that, and the other. I don't know if you're on Facebook. I don't know. It's actually harder for people like us, right? Because it depends on what you're on. But what I'm saying is, to me, and I feel like not the fire chief, as a resident, for what you're getting, for the amount of taxes that you're paying, to be able to pick up the phone, because I know, I've watched them. I've lived here for 30 years. And the whole thing is that when you need real police protection, you're going to get it. When you need real firemen to show up, you're going to get it. When you want EMS to show up because somebody's having a heart attack and minutes count, you don't want to wait and find out, man, I wish we would have had that. We can't get there. That's public works. There's the road. We are still a small community that you live in, like it or not. You might live on the boundary. You might have a piece of property next to it. But I can tell you right now, you're going to want it. You're going to want these services. And for as cheap as you're talking about, my trash is going down. You're just going up. I'm just saying, I understand everybody's in a different situation. I'm telling you mine. I have buddies that work before I even worked at J-Town. And my own buddy, I couldn't call him and go, hey, can you ride over here where I'm at work for 24 hours? Go, you still go check on my wife? He can, but I'm not in J-Town. So I have to wait for an hour. Maybe they show up, maybe they don't. That's not what you want. You want somebody that's going to show up when you call.
Hey, I just want to add one thing, and Mark, I appreciate that. Look, I have nothing to gain about if you're annexed or not annexed. I make the same amount of money no matter what. But, you know, to your point, how do you know to trust us? Call people that live in J-Town. And not only that, wait till the first storm comes, snow comes. When you know when you get into J-Town because your streets are clean. We provide a good service. But the other thing I want to point out, to the mayor's point, an example is 140 acres across from Papa John's campus was not in J-Town. Through Mr. Fisher and through Carol Pike, they were able to annex 140 acres. It's now going to be the biggest child hospital in the area and all the surrounding professional buildings. The other options were to build apartment complexes or other things that I think are not nearly as desirable as a children's hospital and professional offices. That's what she's talking about. We would like to have I have no control over that. I just respond when you call us. And I'll even respond to your house if you call. But if, you know, that's what you're going to get with J-Town. And if you don't know to trust us, call and ask people. Yeah. Okay, good. I just want to see you when they build that hospital. I want to be there with Mayor Pike to welcome Norton's Hospital to that beautiful day. Thank you.
You know, what he said, I'd like to add to that. We talk about the development of Norton Children's Hospital. One of the big developers there had a big apartment complex. And he was so proud of it because he built market rate apartments. He thought that was fantastic. $2,500 a month market rate apartments. Someone went in there in the apartments and took pictures. All the garbage and the writing on the walls and everything. When we met with these developers, we showed them pictures. What do you think of this? He said, well, that's horrible. What is it? I said, that's your apartments that are market rate. So it doesn't matter, folks. If it's a drug deal and it's $3,500 a month, that's one drug deal for some people. Wouldn't you rather be in control of what's going to go on around you and have your Norton hospitals and have that kind of thing rather than some other things that could be built that we have no control over?
So we can go back even before the apartments. There was a deal cut already, and the zoning was, they actually were going through zoning for a 1 million square foot development that was going to be one big warehouse on that 150 acres. And we fought that at the Planning Commission, even though it wasn't in our city. And we fought it in every way that we possibly could, even up to cul-de-sacing or discussing cul-de-sacing 2 roads that would keep that traffic from coming out. They had like, was it 900 trucks on a daily basis that was going to serve, and they were going to be using the streets of Jeffersontown. We beat that, and once we beat that, they tried the apartments. We beat that, and then we got the hospital. And I think everybody here is going to be proud of it when they see it. I mean, we've seen the depictions of it. It's a campus, and it's going to be beautiful. And it's going to be very effective for the children, not only in this community, but throughout the state. I just want to get that on. Mayor, you have had a first and second reading. You may now entertain a motion.
Do we need to add an amendment to remove that one property?
Did you?
The 4710.
No, man, they're going. If they vote on this now, it'll go to publication. But as we told you, you can come back to have that one property added in if you want to. We obviously already have a map, so there won't be any expense to add it on.
Well, it's already on. It's already on there.
Pardon?
It's already on there. We're just not going to remove it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a motion?
I'd like to add one thing to what the fire chief said too. So you're trying to be convinced to come into Jeffersontown. we don't need to convince you. It is a privilege, honestly. And I just want to say that you had a conversation with our city attorney on a Sunday. You've got 8 representatives up here and a mayor. You have one Metro councilman that you brought up that is going to serve 30,000, 40,000 people. You've got all of us that we're sitting up here listening to you, and our city is 32,000. So Public Works Director, I texted him last night as a constituent texted me about a drainage issue. It was 8 o'clock at night. Can I share your number? He said, absolutely. You're going to get a lot more service, a lot more direct communication and contact with your local leaders if you join Jeffersontown. So I just wanted to say that before I move on with a so moved motion.
First motion.
Yeah.
That was your so moved?
Yes.
All right, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you all for coming tonight. Fred, don't you have
Mayor,
something?
at this time, I would ask the city council to indulge me with an executive session pursuant to KRS 61810C to discuss pending and/or anticipated litigation. 10 minutes.
So moved.
Steve, do you have anybody here on that
You got it, so
other
moved.
ordinance? This will just take 10
Okay, so
minutes.
moved. I'll do a second.
Can you wait 10 minutes?
I think we need a motion first.
I'm talking to Steve, the developer. Can you wait 10 minutes?
All
I'm
right.
assuming that's it.
Second.
Can you have a motion for
I made
Had
motion.
the motion and I got a second.
all in favor?
Favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
I didn't take 10 minutes.
I had to black out my face.
Why don't you make a
Madam Acting Clerk, Please let the record reflect that no final action was taken. There was discussion of not pending, but anticipated litigation. It has nothing to do with anything that we've been talking about here. This is an entirely different issue on a different part of town.
Make a motion, we close the,
Or we return
return.
to our meeting.
Return to our meeting, is that what the motion is? Close the executive session.
To reopen the city council.
Reopen this meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Second reading of ordinance number 1483, series 2026.
Make a motion for approval of second reading of ordinance number 1483, series 2026 by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Let me get my papers back in order. An ordinance to amend the zoning of certain parcel of land located within the city of Jeffersontown, Kentucky from R4 classification to R5 classification and a detailed district development plan and binding elements. Where is Mr. Oh, there he is. He's generally at the podium already.
Yes, this had first reading and I made the presentation at that meeting. So I'm not going to remake that presentation. This again is from R4 single family to R5 single family. I made the recommendation that we add a binding element to state that the two lots, the existing lot and the proposed lot, can only be used for single family houses. So there'll be total of two houses, the existing plus the proposed. The applicant agreed to that. They have signed the binding elements with that added binding element on there.
Very good.
So it should address some of the concerns that the neighbors had about apartments or duplexes.
Right.
So it's one single family only on each lot.
Do the developers want to speak, or you said they were here?
They're here just to answer any questions only.
Do you have any question of the developers?
Anybody have any? What are you planning on building? What are they?
They're planning to build at some point it would be a single family residential house.
How many square feet, Steve?
It's
Nothing yet.
Yeah, they don't have any plans submitted at this time.
Home ownership.
We can't determine that.
Okay.
We can't regulate that. I would hope that it would be sold
If he's
to
building a house, I would
somebody
think so.
to build their own house.
Mayor, I will adopt Mr. Lucy's summary as my own, and that being a second reading, you may entertain a motion for passage.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Committee reports. Pam?
Mayor?
I'd like to make
Oh.
a motion for approval of ordinance number 1484, series 2026 by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
An ordinance relating to amendment of ordinance number 1242, series 2008, as amended, and revising, updating section 208.1 of the Jeffersontown, Kentucky Code of Ordinances, amending, revising, and updating the Jeffersontown, Kentucky Property Maintenance Code. And by way of summary, here, this is an ordinance that affects nothing but the property maintenance code with respect to issues that are already pending. It has nothing to do with annexation or anything like that. It's the first reading, so nothing further needs to be done. You may proceed with the report.
That's it. Okay, committee reports. Pam Ware.
No report.
Mark Bloom.
The finance committee did meet on June 23rd to review the cost benefit analysis of the proposed annexation that passed earlier. And I have nothing else to report.
Thank you. Allison.
No report.
Tim Hall.
Economic Development has no report.
Ruth.
No report.
Mark Russell.
Planning and Zoning met before the meeting tonight to get an update on the regulations on data centers from Louisville Metro, and took no action and no recommendations.
Thank you. Vince.
Public Works has no report.
Thank you. Pam Hickey.
Parks and Rec has no report.
Okay. Let's see. Steve, you got anything? Brian, you have anything? Thank you. How about you, Jimmy?
Mayor, City Council, I'm here with White Flag. We're tossing White Flag. I'm going to ask Parks Committee. I want to schedule a meeting. I'm not Parks, but I am Parks. We take care of everything. We build things and clean it. Things are out of hand, and I'd like to get a committee meeting, and I'm going to humbly ask you all, come up with some solid plans beforehand. Last time I sat on a Parks and Rec meeting, we had the media there, and I don't want to see that. I think we can handle things in-house. So please, I'd like to have a meeting. This is getting old. It's out of hand. It's out of control, and we got to come up with plans,
The
solid
parks
plans.
are out of control, and I don't know what we're going to do about them. And we're fed up, and we're going to lose our personnel. People are tired of cleaning up after the parks. They tear up every Saturday and Sunday. We're getting ready to take the picnic tables out of the pavilions. We're going to shut down the basketball goals, and we're going to start giving tickets. And you know what? I want it to be like maybe it used to be. You were scared to come in Jeffersontown because you're going to get a ticket. These people have got to stop it. And if we don't, that's the only way I know to do it is to start giving them tickets.
And
for
it's also
everything that
7
they're
days a
doing.
week in the bathrooms out there. 7 days a week, and I
People
want
are
to get
too
vile
lazy
here, but
to
it's
go to the bathroom
disgusting.
again. Too lazy to go to the bathroom and stand there, and the bathroom was what 2 feet from them.
Yes,
and
pull
they
the kids'
just
pants
go
down on
right
the
on the
sidewalk.
ground. You know, it's ridiculous.
Watch the cameras up there. You'd be shell shocked.
So we're
Yeah,
gonna,
I think
we're
it's
gonna
a
put
great
some-
plan. We need to.
Can we do anything with the video? And catching some of these people or, I mean,
I think that's
yeah.
a long shot.
Yeah.
But
Okay, okay.
yeah, that's what I said. We need to really put our heads in it and come up with
So
some
when you
solid
want
plans.
this meeting, Jimmy? Debbie wants it ASAP.
ASAP.
How about
ASAP.
Thursday?
For my employees, I want it ASAP.
Can you do it Thursday, Pam?
Who's the
It depends on the time.
Who's the chairperson?
After 3 on Thursday.
Like 3 o'clock or 3:30.
I could do it 3:15.
Who do we got on
Get off
here?
at 3.
It looks like it's the Pams, Ruth, and Russell.
Yes.
Yeah, hon. At 3:30 on Thursday or Friday.
Either one of those days at 3:30 would work for me.
Break time for the.
Friday
Awesome.
works better for me. What, guess Friday, we're doing 3:30.
Friday's fine. I don't have anything at 3:30. We'll do Friday at 3:30.
Thursday would work better for me if we can.
Thursday. Okay.
I mean, I mean, I can make Thursday.
If we have to do Friday, I'll make it work, but
Mayor, I don't think we'll have a city clerk on Friday.
What'd you say?
I don't think we'll have a city clerk on Friday.
Oh.
I'll be in Atlanta.
Oh, okay. Then we can't do it Friday.
Sorry.
How about Monday?
Thursday not work.
I think Ruth. It was hard for Ruth.
Will you have one on Thursday? Will you be here Thursday?
I'll be here Thursday.
Okay.
Ruth can't make them Thursday.
I can make it work. I just have to move some things around.
Okay. Thursday at 3:30.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Will you tell Debbie that? Chief, you got anything? On the July 21st meeting is what I've got down. Right? Okay. Can we move that meeting to 5 o'clock? Is that what you want?
What time does that meeting start?
6
Starts
o'clock. So you want to move the council meeting?
We can move it to.
I can
5.
Just go.
How about if we move it till 5?
The council meeting.
That's what you said.
And then move it back.
Okay. So our July the 21st council meeting will be held at 5 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock. Would that help you? Right. Okay. So the July 21st council meeting will be at 5 o'clock.
Then we have our special meeting the next day at 5.
What's a special meeting? Oh, the
public hearing.
Okay, got it. Okay.
How long does that meeting go, Chief? An hour? Do we want to move this meeting back to 7? No, you're saying no, Allison. Moving the council meeting back.
No, because then those people have been here all day. We'll make it. We'll work it out. Okay. 5 o'clock. Mark, you got anything, hon?
I was asking
Nothing?
later.
Anybody else got anything for city council? Go ahead, hon. We don't. That's not our road. It needs to be widened. If there's nothing more for the city council,
The next city council meeting, can we do it at 6:30, or does everyone want 5? I'll do what everyone wants, but 6:30 works a little.
I'm afraid that this is the attorney general that's coming
Oh.
and all the people that he's bringing. And I just don't want to get over there and then we don't get started and we have to do it. I think we need to leave what they request.
The Commonwealth attorney,
Oh, Commonwealth.
Jefferson County attorney.
You got attorney general on here.
I'd rather do 5.
Okay.
I mean, will we be out of the council meeting in an hour? I mean, I'm looking at it
Well,
now. We've been here an hour and a half.
yeah, but we won't have all this on the agenda.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I can make sure.
I'm just saying.
There's not a lot of stuff on the agenda.
Mayor, I know that there's a big meeting the next day.
Next day, yes.
So I have a feeling there might be some people that are showing up to speak.
No. So 5 o'clock? Okay. Okay. Nothing more before the city council?
Okay.
What? Yeah. I can't hear you, honey. I'm deaf. What'd she say?
Why was Saratoga not included in the annexation?
I don't know. Brian, you need to answer that one. He was my man that did all the totals.
Okay, as with any subdivision that wants to come in, they petition the city, including Chenoweth Run Road, petitioned the city. We did not petition them. So the HOA would need to petition the city. The HOA would have a vote amongst themselves. They would do the footwork and see if there was 80% or 75%.
So
of the board.
Saratoga's HOA needs to come
They would
before the
need to
city
do that
council for
themselves
us to
and
take
come
them
to
over.
us.
I got you.
We don't infringe on anyone. That's why we didn't do this. So we could not take any sliver of that even without their approval.
Right.
So once they do that, then they would approach you.
Right.
If they so chose.
Right. Got it. Thank you. Did that help you? Okay. Thank you. Okay.
All right. I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Me adjourned. Thank you guys for coming. Welcome to Jefferson Town.
You can rent our facilities for a cheaper rate.
Yeah. Did you hear what Pam said, y'all? She said y'all can rent our facilities now at a cheaper rate. We got to get through. We got ants up here, Fred. Bad. We got ants.